Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now, welcome back to another Challenger Spectate. Again, Challenger Spectates are going to be a little bit more ramped up in the month of June. You'll still get plenty of live commentaries, and Challenger Spectates will generally be the second video of the day. But every now and then, it might not be. Again, I might just mention it every now and then. June is the month of my move. Therefore, I've got to prioritize my time, and I think many of you will understand. But obviously, with the move, after the move, and it's all set up, yeah, you'll have a lot more content. So I'll have a lot more free time, spare time. I can record anytime I want, stream longer. So that will be good. Yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind this. I think it's really good content. I think it's very educational. And you get to learn a lot by watching these players. So you can see how aggressive this Nidalee is playing. Arguably too aggressive. Tristana with first blood. What was that about? So the enemy team, obviously... maybe a little bit too cocky about that. And by the way, yes, we are watching Tristana mid, by the way. I didn't even mention. Huz, why are you watching Tristana mid? So, Tristana mid has been around for a while now. It is known as a kind of cheese pick. But with the recent patch notes, it's actually made me think, is it now defined as a cheese pick? The reason being, if you looked at the patch notes, RIOT separated 4, I believe it was, AD carries in buffs. So they had the, thanks Vayne, they had a marksman buff that, you know, all the marksmen got 30 extra health, a little bit more health growth, and some AD carriers got little buffs here or there. They separated 4 of them, and they said, these ones we know are not just played in bot lane. These champions are played in top or mid. And that was Tristana, Vayne, Lucian, and Quinn, I believe. So even RIOT has now acknowledged that Tristana isn't just an AD carry. She isn't just a bot laner. So I was like, okay, with RIOT's official acknowledgement of that, let's watch a Tristana mid. Now, the idea of it, I will say, the normal idea of it, is you all in at level 2. So you do take Ignite on it, which is a bit weird. Some people say, oh, for an AD carry, you're taking Ignite. It's a bit weird, yes. But Tristana's her level 2 potential even in bot lane was famous. You know, the classic lane was Tristana Alistar. You hit level 2 and you literally jump on the enemy team's face. You do that in mid lane with Trist. Now, the difference with this game is obviously with that first blood that the Nidalee walked way too aggressive, didn't respect the Tristana's damage. That hasn't happened because the Tristana already used her Ignite, or was already used basically an all-in. Meanwhile, big play potentially happening in the jungle. Both junglers kind of meeting each other. Tristana, you could see, wanting to get over to that side, at least going a bit aggressive here. Doing a bit of damage. Needs to be careful, though. And by the way, that does look like Elise has stolen the red from the Nidalee. Meanwhile, the Jace is in the area. And yes, they will not get her. No, wow, enemy team is angry, man. Nidalee taking tower hits. This Nidalee's potentially dead. I'm not even kidding. She is... dead? Yes, she's dead. Oh, what is going on? This is Challenger, by the way, on EU West. Tristana gets the nice blue buff and then will survive. That's good to see, but that's great. So it's weird. Trist is one of these, like, AD carries that kind of goes against the grain. A lot of people would think of an AD carry, oh, you know, you scale on them. It takes a while to get strong. And that is true. But that is true in a auto-attack sense. It takes a while for your auto-attacks to start critting for thousands, right? Trist actually does a lot of damage with her abilities. So her jump literally does 100 damage. It slows them as well. Her E also does a couple hundred damage by the time you fully stack it and it, you know, ticks and everything. So in the early game, when champions only have 600 health, Trist can do in a full combo just with spells 300-400 damage plus some auto attack damage. Trist can, like, kill a lot of stuff, and then she scales with auto attacks anyway. So that's the reason why Trist mid and stuff can work. At least going aggressive. Nice, actually, little fake play there. Nidalee gets herself a double kill in bot lane, which, again, the Nidalee's had a bit of a rough game. She was 0-2, but she's not going to stop trying. She's going to keep on going and gets herself a double kill. Here's again the all-in from Tristana with the Ignite, and just straight up, boom, straight up just one-shots the Nico, basically. And by the way, she was a level down to the Nico. So what we said, oh, that normally happens at level 2, it just happened at level 4, level 5. With the Ignite, with the jump, it's also a double jump technically, because if you don't know how Tristana mid work, or Tristana works, sorry, I believe it's if you fully hit your E, so when you put E on somebody, if you auto-attack enough, you can basically fully stack the E to get its biggest explosion. If you manage to pull that off, it resets your jump. So that's why you saw Tristana do 2 jumps. Also, when you get a kill, or I believe an assist, that also resets your jump on Tristana. So that's how you can dive on Tristana, get the kill, but then also survive because you jump out of tower after getting the kill. So maybe a lot of you are starting to see, damn, this is strong. And again, I've never said it's not strong. I just don't think I don't like the idea of taking an AD carry mid. The general premise of it is, in the game of League of Legends, what are things that every champion is designed to do a job, right? The lane of mid primarily has 2 things that go mid. AD assassins or AP mages / assassins, right? Both of those groups of champions are designed to kill AD carries. Literally, that's what they're designed to do. So I find it weird to take an AD carry mid because that's literally the lane where the champions are that are designed to kill you. That's my philosophy on it. But the idea, I guess, of Tristana mid or Lucian mid or whatever is you get enough of a lead in the early game that you just snowball and win. I think that's the idea. And also, yeah, sure, you scale really well as an AD carry if you get protection, but reminding people, you know, let's say the support this game is Thresh. He's with a Vayne. It's weird, but this Vayne, this Thresh, in his head, will most likely for the rest of the game have, oh no, I'm protecting the Vayne. Vayne was my bot lane partner. That's the AD carry I'm protecting. I'm not going to protect the Trist. Generally, I'd say that is true. So you have kind of that weird dynamic as well. I will also say this is the second Challenger Spectate in a row that there's a Jace in the game. I don't think it's the same player. It might be, but I don't think so. This is, again, Challenger EU West. We will be definitely doing a Jace... Ooh, Huzzy Cannon. We will definitely watch a Jace, and if I deem him, oh, he's actually not bad, and people are playing him again, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be back on Jace myself. Because, again, Jace was a massive pick for me last year. Obviously achieving Master for the first ever time after the MMR got fixed. So I do count my Master climb as legitimate. And also it was after the demotion in Diamond that Riot, if you guys don't know, last season, because they kind of broke everything, they demoted everybody in Diamond by 1 tier. So I got demoted by 1 tier. Meanwhile, Nico getting E'd by Elise and just gets straight up, bang, ulted and everything by Tristana. But yeah, last season, they demoted everybody in Diamond by a division. I, at the time, was in Diamond 2. Nearly in Diamond 1, if I recall. So I went from Diamond 2 to Diamond 3. So then that means I have to go from Diamond 3 back to Diamond 1. Then also going Master. And at the time, then they fixed the LP gain because it was obviously broken. So I do count my Master climb as a legitimate because it was after all the issues actually were. If anything, it was harder because of the LP squash and the demotion that they did. So... that's good, at least. Meanwhile, anyway, Nidalee is showing quite a lot of interest in bot lane. Why? Well, firstly, the enemy bot lane is clearly winning. And secondly, as a jungler, you should go sometimes to where you've had success. I ganked bot lane, I got a double kill. I'm going to return bot lane. That's a good plan, right? Go to a lane that you know you've already had success in because you're more likely to get more success in that lane. Furthermore, Vayne as a champion, obviously, yes, she did get buffed recently, but she scales... really well because her early game is so weak. Abuse the really weak early game Vayne. Enemy team is diving. Vayne actually will get that kill though. Nice condemn into the wall, but is now on the back foot. Aphelios tanks way too much while he was ulting there. Vayne though is definitely in trouble. Nico is even in the area. Karma going aggressive. Vayne levels up to level 6. That will help, but not too much because the latch gave permanent vision of the Vayne so the Nico could pick up a free kill. This mid lane tower, though, I would say, is very close to death. Tristana, as a champion, can throw her mine on, whatever the hell, bomb on the tower and fully explode it, and that does bonus tower damage. So Tristana is a very good tower killing champion in general. So that's why I would never completely, leave a tower alone when it came to a Tristana, even in mid lane. But it was a good roam from Nico. You know, Nico is, it sounds weird, but she's out farming the Tristana. Tristana even being 4-0 and killing Nico twice. How is she underfarmed by the lane opponent that she's killed twice? That doesn't make much sense. Well, it's probably because the Tristana hasn't been that focused in farm. And also as a champion, you very easily can muck up your own farm on Tristana with your E. So when you last hit something on Tristana, it does a small AoE damage just by passive default. Weird positioning by Nid. She does just survive. I think this Nidalee needs to respect the Tristana pick a little bit more. Even at level 1 you saw she was going way too aggressive, and then that gave first blood to the Tristana. A nice cocoon by the Elise to get instant damage on the Nico, who's now half health, who has finished her GLP, by the way. Massive roam actually happening for the enemy team, but a bit too late. They do get the tower beforehand. Will they manage to get one more charge, or are they just going to leave it? They are going to leave it, and they look aggressive potentially on the enemy bot lane. So Thresh was kind of mirroring the enemy bot lane to stop them getting into the lane. But yeah, so far, Tristana mid, my points on it. So, again, it's strong, but you could argue if the enemy team respected it a bit more, if the Nico didn't kind of misposition occasionally to get jumped on, if the Nidalee didn't give that first blood, this Tristana definitely would not have been 4-0. And with definitely not being 4-0, she would have still been under-farmed. Meanwhile, top lane, that is quite a telling story, by the way. A Malphite gets a solo kill on a Jace. And by the way, that's what I would expect. Jace doesn't really beat many modern top laners, including even Malphite and Maokai. Triss coming in, is going to go aggressive on the Karma, throws her flash, throws her ignite, gets the kill, therefore gets the jump reset, and will help to kill the Nidalee alongside the Elise. 5-0-1 Tristana, but Nico staying in mid lane will further her farm lead. But again, maybe the idea of Triss mid is, yeah, sure, you're going to farm, you're not going to farm bad, but I'm going to be honest, this Triss doesn't care. Huzzy Cannon again. She doesn't care that she's a bit down on farm. There's no way. She's 5-0-1. She's starting to make global impact on the map. She's doing well. So, yeah. So, again, second Jace that in a row, as we mentioned. Second Jace that is going the tier build. So, I will say that's the old Jace build. When I played Jace to get to Master, I was not doing the tier build. I was skipping tier because it literally made your early game a little bit too weak. Maybe some matchups you could get away with it, but look how weak, by the way, this Jace is. He gets the Thresh because the Thresh was already low, but just gets basically one shot, one bang by the Tristana. Yeah, so I didn't do the tier build. Some matchups you could get away with it, most you couldn't. But maybe the idea of Jace being back in, maybe he's coming back in the meta, is you have to scale. Maybe he's no longer a lane bully. Maybe you do play to scale on Jace. Some are running, by the way, Omni Stone on him. I'm not a fan of Omni Stone in general, so I doubt I would run Omni Stone. I would probably summon Airy on most matchups, probably still. And hell, probably even Conqueror, maybe in some of the harder matchups. Meanwhile, Malphite on the back foot in top lane. Will he get away? I doubt it. Does go down very quickly, actually, to the Nidalee. And Triss will go back. So I imagine she's got quite a lot of money. Blade of the Ruined King, first purchase. Which is obviously a strong item in general at the moment. Some people have actually said maybe it's a bit too strong. I don't know if it's too strong. Maybe just other items need to be buffed up to its level. Again, I like that design philosophy, is don't nerf everything. That's a bit boring, because all nerfing does is make people feel bad who play that current thing or do a current build. Don't do that. Give more options, not less. And you give more options by buffing things, not nerfing things. Nice Malphite ultimate. Lot of damage. Look at that damage. Double kill Malphite. No AP. Again, never do the AP build on Malphite in general. Tank build is way stronger in every single sense of the imagination on Malphite. You actually probably have higher carry potential with Tank Malphite than you do AP Malphite. Because at least if you miss your ultimate on Malphite, Tank Malphite, you're not completely useless. If you miss your ultimate on AP Malphite, you are useless. But yeah, so Tristana's mirroring. They do know she's here. Jace hits a little nice combo there. But this will be top tower dead. So another benefit of Triss we spoke about earlier, she's a great tower killer, as we've said. So what is she doing? If you notice in this game, she has helped kill all 3 outer towers. She went mid, killed that with Rift Herald with the Elise. She went bot lane, killed that, and now she's in top lane. She's helped kill that. So good, really good global pressure she's having. Which shows not just a lane strength, at least for this player. It shows global strength. It shows good decision-making, confidence, and it's generally good to see. That will probably, by the way, make the Nico continue extending her farm lead. But, again, the Tristana most likely doesn't care. Aphelios, I believe, gets one shot from the Elise. And Triss is maybe looking for an all-in, is going to go for it, and Jace is dead. Yeah. So... yeah, that's a dead Jace in one combo from the Trist, who, yes, admittedly is very strong. But it's not like Trista's got an infinity edge and just hit 3 crits in a row. That's no crits. That's just attack speed with her E and with her ultimate, and there you go. Nico kills the Vayne in the 1v1 in bot lane. Maybe not too surprising. This Vayne, you can notice, is 2 and 6, not having a very good game. Actually having a pretty poor game. So does get killed to the enemy mid laner. Trist is now in split push mode, which is something I, by the way, noticed with this pick. Yes, you are mid, but then you start split pushing. Which is something, I guess. But, you know, in this game where it's Jace who's really weak, sure, she can get away with it. Could she get away with it if it's a pretty strong Fiora? Meanwhile, another all-in happening. Look at that damage! Look at it! That's insane! That's a lot of damage! That's a lot of damage! So Tristana obviously got buffed. Is mid Tristana legit? Maybe the title of this video. I honestly think it is, and that hurts me to say. Trust me, people know. Huz, that will hurt you to say that. Yes, I know. But it's legit if people don't respect it. That's what I'd say. That's the caveat to it. If you respect it, and it's early game snowball potential with the Ignite and the all-in and multiple jumps and stuff like that, if you respect that, then I don't think it's that strong, because it probably won't snowball. Because then it's just another AD carry, and as a regular mid laner, you will probably be able to kill them in mid-game. But if you don't respect it, this will happen. And I think that's just what's happened this game. It's good to see, and it gives you an idea. Damn, if Triss gets out of control, she's crazy. She is. She's known to be a hyper carry. She always has been. Meanwhile, big fight breaking out. Vayne just survives. Nico gonna die to the Malphite, probably? Yes, does to get the Malphite. Elise goes down, though, to the Jace. Double kill, though, for the Malphite. And by the way, that was without Tristana. If the enemy team stay a little bit too aggro here, that will then make the Tristana go aggressive herself, and the enemy team could definitely get in trouble. Because that was, in essence, a favoured victory for blue team without the 8-0 Tristana involved. So, yeah. But the Malphite's popped off this game, man. 5-1-2 Malphite. Could argue because he's against a Jace, and Jace cannot punish. Even though it's a range versus melee matchup, yeah, Jace is, as I said, pretty strong. So that kind of sucks. So, full engage happening from Tristana onto the Aphelios. Does get the kill. Will she survive? Is going to just decide to go aggressive. Karma doesn't have the damage to finish her off. And she will survive for now. Nidley just flash Qs onto the Triss, though. Maybe the Triss should have focused on running away straight away after surviving. So maybe a bit greedy there. Nidley gets 1,000 gold bounty, which is a lot, but Tristana probably had a lot of gold, considering Tristana has now completed her Infinity Edge and has bought extra crit and attack speed. Worth noting as well, Mercury Treads. Why? Yeah, Mercury Treads, not that bad when you're playing mid lane, right? Because the person you're likely going to go up against is, in this game especially, an AP mage. That like a Nico that's got CC and damage. The Triss just wants to survive that. So I don't see Mercury Treads as a bad purchase for Tristana in this circumstance at all. I think it's relatively smart. You can't do damage if you just get killed, so it's not bad at all. Does also complete the Zeal, which is pretty good. And now we'll continue the split push playstyle. As we mentioned earlier, is generally the playstyle that Tristana is looking to do. So, you know, the earlier teamfight happened. Tristana wasn't there. Would it have been better if she was there? Yeah, sure. But Tristana's like to split push. They split push fast because of her AoE that she has inbuilt with her E. She has great 1v1 potential with being this fed on most things in the game. And that is how you kind of play mid lane Trist. It's very similar, by the way, with Vayne top when people are doing that. Or Quinn. Quinn maybe is a bit more, you know, roaming, potentially. Oh, the AD carry is alone. I'll go kill him. Maybe not directly split pushing. But, you know, all these kind of AD carry picks that lane have a very similar, like solo lane, they have a similar kind of vibe to them. They like being alone. Anyway, enemy team looking aggressive. Aphelios ultimate comes down. Vayne on the back foot just survives, misses the Nidley spear. Enemy team doesn't get a pick. And I say that is quite important because at the time it was a 3v5 and they didn't get a pick. Those are the circumstances that you need to get a pick to try and get back into the game. Tristana's looking to set up a trap here. Wait for her to jump. She will probably jump instantly on anybody that comes. You can see the enemy team, blue team, sorry, is looking to kind of pull the trigger here any second. And, you know, the Thresh kind of baiting, but Gonna be honest, that may have made it a bit obvious that they were around, because why is Thresh randomly there alone? The answer is he's not alone. Triss is gonna just blow up the tier 2 tower. Does go down, and that's a pretty good push. Elise, by the way, still got Eye of the Herald, so I imagine blue team is going to want to probably group mid lane moment, like very soon, or she might just pop it. It is running out very, very soon. She's popped it now, which will go to top lane, and I'll say that is in essence a wasted Rift Herald. That is not going to get used. By the time it makes its way over here, that has to have been stopped, right? Like, there's no way. There's no way this gets a charge off. There's no way it gets a charge off. What? They let it charge. Okay. That's surprising. Okay. Tristana build, by the way, gets a third completed item, a rapid fire cannon, which is nice. And, yeah, overall, really good game so far. High damage build, 911, is her KDA. Still, again, down on farm. Gold-wise, though, she is on 11.2k, so miles ahead of anything in the game. Like, Jesus, that's a big lead. But again, the Neeko not having a bad game, to be fair. Jace is in trouble here, everybody. Jace is in trouble, I repeat. Triss probably, no, not going to go for the jump. Probably the Edge of Night put the Tristana off that. So yes, Jace bought an Edge of Night as his kind of first, well, item after Muramana or Manamune. Why? It's probably to avoid Malphite engage. You know, Malphite can't just randomly ult out of nowhere to hit a Jace now because he's got the spell shield. Unless he gets rid of the spell shield first. Enemy team, oh, big ultimate by Neeko. Look at that damage. Vayne gets one shot. Thresh with his gargoyle manages to tank quite a lot. Malphite getting into the middle of the fight. Going to take ages to kill this Malphite. Tristana any second going to be here, though. At least flashes over the wall. Tristana now in the area. DPS is going to start. Nidalee, sorry, that was, I think, Neeko in disguise, or that was Neeko's clone in disguise, manages to distract them a little bit, but that will open up the base. And look, by the way, how quick this tower is going to die. Very fast tower take by Tristana. If I'm not mistaken, she will have Demolish. Yes, so the reason why Tristana kills tower so quick, meanwhile she goes aggressive, Jace doesn't get the kill, doesn't do enough damage, Tristana ulting back in, jumping, sorry, back in, with the Malphite tanking, just survives. Karma misses her RQ. Tristana is going to then finish off the kill with the Elise, who hits a nice cocoon, and that will be an inhibitor. So yeah, runes, which we didn't really go over. PTA, press the attack, because that's your highest, most damage early game rune for an AD, like an auto-attacking champion. So again, that early game snowball that Tristana wants to do. Triumph. Alacrity, which is attack speed, and coup de grace. And then you're actually running Demolish second, which is a bit weird for an AD carry. Bone plating to be tankier. Then you are running Demolish. The reason why you're running Demolish is because, as we said earlier, tower killing AD carry is Tristana. You as a solo laner, split pusher, you want to just take care of those towers. You know, that's what she can do, which is good. Second Zeal purchase from Trist. Most likely going to go into Phantom Dancer, maybe, for a bit of survivability. Someone just subbed on Twitch, even though I'm not streaming, so thank you, whoever that was. But yeah, so Phantom Dancer items, sorry, Zeal items, also reminding people, got a movement speed buff by 2%, I think it is. Adds up a little bit, you know, it's also kind of a buff to Yasuo. Triss going to go bot lane, that split push playstyle. And what I would probably like potentially see here, Triss gets a solo kill and then her team go do Baron. But it's a bit weird that Elise is over here. I would not expect Elise to be with the Tristana right now, if I'm honest. But the Jace could be in trouble. Jace could be in trouble. Does survive for now, though. And maybe now the Elise is in trouble. Here we go. Big fight potentially going to break out. Trist is in the area. Survivability does need the Elise. Sonya's is. DPS from the Trist. Malphite ultimate comes through. Is going to get one kill. Jace over lower here. Tristana has not noticed. Very low. Does get the nice little crit there. Is then going to finish off the Neeko. Then going to hop, skip, and a jump. And we'll finish off the Karma. Triple kill for Tristana. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be the game because the super minions are already in the base. So this is a typical, what I would call a typical fed game with Tristana mid. But that's the thing with Tristana mid. It does get fed quite a lot because so many people do not respect it. Just stay away from it in the early game. Do not get all-in by the jump ignite combo because it will most likely kill you. But this Neeko did well this game. She was killing and doing a lot of damage. She could have killed this Trist if it didn't get out of control. I will say the Nidalee had a bit of a rough game. Maybe the Nidalee definitely, the level 1 invade was a bit questionable, which obviously gave the first blood to the Tristana. But still, like, you guys can see the strength of the champion. It's very strong, high snowball potential, and it just got buffed recently. So you might see a lot more Trist mids this patch. But if you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time. Peace.